welcome to OpenField. In this tutorial, we'll show you how to import your list into OpenField. Please note, while some gardens come preloaded with voter file data, you might need to import some data manually. Before importing your list, please review the import file requirements carefully. Not doing so may cause issues with your import. You'll find the Imports page by clicking on the burger bar menu and then on Imports. This page is where you can see records of all your previous imports, start the import process with a new file, check the progress of any running imports, and cancel imports that are still in progress. Please note, Admin 2 and Super Admin level users can see all the imports in a garden, including those from other users. To begin a new import, click on Import a new CSV. The type of import you create will depend on what you plan to do with the imported list. It will also determine what fields are required in your file. This option allows you to create a list in OpenField using a unique ID from another system. You must map at least one unique ID from the list below. Any person in your file with an ID that matches one in your database will be added to the list. Available unique IDs to match on include OpenField ID, DWID plus state, VoterBase ID, ActionKit ID, Van ID plus state, Action Network ID, Mobilize ID, and State File ID plus state. Please note, you can only match on one type of unique ID at a time. And if you map additional columns in your file, such as name, address, etc., the data in your file will overwrite the data currently in OpenField. This option will require both a unique ID from the list above and at least one other field such as address, phone number, etc. Please note, you can only match on one type of unique ID at a time, and other fields you map in your file will overwrite the data currently in OpenField. We suggest you only use this option if you're confident that the data in your file is more accurate than the data already in your OpenField garden. This option is best for adding new people to your OpenField garden and/or matching to existing records. A knock canvas has different mapping requirements than a phone bank. For canvassing, you will need a first and last name and one of the following address field combinations. For example, full address, state plus city plus address 1, state plus city plus street name plus street number, state plus city plus street part plus street number. For phone banking, you'll need a first and last name and at least one phone field. Please note, if you have a file to upload that includes contacts with an assortment of phone and address data, we recommend splitting those folks into 3 separate lists for one import. One with folks who only have phone data, one with those who only have address data, and one with contacts who have both. Please note, you cannot insert a DWID or Van ID if you choose the Insert Data option. Please use either of the other options explained above. After selecting the appropriate import type, click Upload a new list. In the Upload your new list screen, you will provide a name and description for your imported list. These lists will be available in Create Search. Please note, using an existing list name doesn't mean you're appending to a list. It will instead create a new list with the same name. This will also be where you map the required fields based on the selected import type. If your import file contains a header row, remember to click the Ignore Row 1 checkbox before importing. If you do not click this checkbox, you will receive an error message when running validation that says, "This error is in the first row. Is that the header row and you forgot to ignore it?" You can ignore the first row by checking the box at the top of the page. Please note, if an invalid value is found in the first 10 rows of your file, such as improperly formatted phone number, email address, etc., the entire file may fail. Click the checkbox next to validate the first 10 example rows to proactively check your file for rows and values that may fail the validation check. You must map all required fields based on your selected import type. The required fields will appear in red above your file columns, helping you track which fields still need to be mapped. They will turn green as they're mapped. To map a column, click the drop-down above it in the preview of your list and map the corresponding OpenField field name. You can also leave the drop-down set to skip for any columns you don't want to import. Repeat this process until all columns are mapped, then click Import Your List to run the importer. Your file is now importing. When it finishes, you'll see a fully loaded green bar and a success message. Please note, your list is not fully imported until the green bar of success is complete. You will also see how many rows in your file were imported successfully. If any rows were not successfully imported, you can download them by clicking Download Records that failed to import. You will run into errors if your file contains values that the importer won't accept. If you selected the checkbox to validate the first 10 rows of your file, the importer will highlight the first row containing an error and provide a description of the error. If there were rows in your file that failed to import, you can discover why in the downloaded file when you click Download Records that failed to import. A column name error will be added at the end of the file containing a description of why the row failed to import. If a row contains multiple errors, only the first one recognized by the system will appear in the error column. Be sure to check the entire row for additional errors before re-uploading. If you need to cancel an in-progress import, click Cancel next to the import. You'll be prompted to confirm the cancellation, click Yes to confirm, and the import will be stopped. Please note, you cannot recover an import once it has been canceled. You will need to begin a new import. Thank you for choosing OpenField. If you encounter any issues, please email us at support@openfield.ai for further assistance.